What's going on, everybody at YouTube? How you guys doing today? It's Father's Day. Just want to wish all the fathers out there a happy Father's Day, and I hope your day is made today somehow. On another note, I hope you guys do like this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe. That stuff does mean the most to me. So without further ado, let's jump right into the review of the game, and if it's something that you should even consider buying. So I'm going to be honest with you guys off the bat. This is the first time I've ever played Devil May Cry, and the reason why I did buy it is because it did give me a little reference to Dark Souls and the way that the enemies that you face are, and the variety of enemies that you face, and overall the graphics. And the swords, the weapons. It is a Japanese Capcom game, so I figured it would have some similarities to Dark Souls. I didn't really do much research on the game before I bought it, just watched a couple videos on the Steam page and looked at the screenshots, and I really did think it would be something I would be interested in. So that's a good way to start this video off. How does it look? Devil May Cry 5 is one of the most beautiful games I've ever played. There's so much detail done to every little thing that they put into this. You could tell that the team was very passionate about what they were creating. The cutscenes were absolutely stunning and some of the most memorable cutscenes I have ever witnessed. There's even an extra option to go back and watch some of the cutscenes. I did this several times just to look at how pretty and badass they were. Seeing Dante shred through demons, Nero using the Red Queen and his new Devil Breakers, and V using his staff and companions to shatter enemies is all very satisfying to watch, and it feels rewarding. And like I said, the screenshots, the gameplay that I saw on the Steam page is really what caught my eye to this game and made me feel like, oh crap, this reminds me of Dark Souls a little bit, which I loved. I was a huge fan of Dark Souls, so I thought I might as well just dive into this game and see how I feel about it. So now that we know how the game looks, let's dive into how it sounds. This is the part where Devil May Cry 5 lost me. I know that several people that love the soundtrack and several people that have opposite opinions. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those people. The soundtrack seemed like it was made for children. This is just my opinion. Some ambient music was great, but the theme songs and the characters took me out of the game. I just ended up having my own music in the background while I played. I find that the soundtrack didn't really fit the game. It has more of an electronic metal theme to it, but it's just not good as everything else that the game has to offer. It usually just made me laugh or cringe. Again, no offense to the people that like it. Have a listen to the soundtrack yourself on Spotify or YouTube. You may very well like it, but honestly I didn't, and you can tell that when you're playing through the missions in the campaign. When a battle comes, it's just got this really corny feel to it that really took a lot of the game away from me, to be honest with you. So how does it play? The Devil May Cry franchise has always been good about delivering a satisfying combat experience. The thing is, if you aren't good with timing, you're not really going to have fun playing the game. This game requires a little bit of skill, as things are about timing and setting yourself up for combos. Devil May Cry 5 gradually shows you how to do these things, and it helps you get into the flow of what the game is. Once you get your preferred combos and weapons selected, this is where the game shines at its brightest. Being able to lay into these demons and show them that you are superior is one of the best feelings I have ever felt in a video game. If you love satisfying combos with a side of challenge, this game is perfect for you. And if you have played Dark Souls before like I have, you'll have no problem transitioning into this game and picking up where you left off with Dark Souls and having a good idea how combat works. So I don't want you guys to get too confused and really think that this game is so similar to Dark Souls that if you love Dark Souls you feel the need to get this game, because I'm one of those people, and when I got this game and I started playing it, I was really honestly disappointed, and it's really not Dark Souls. The story in Dark Souls really gets you connected and you feel immersed in it. With this story, it just seems so corny, fake, and, forced on you almost. So how is the story in DMC5? I haven't really kept up with the Devil May Cry story through all the previous games. I didn't know who all these people were when I started playing. However, it did do a good job of letting me know who was who and why they were so significant. I've grown to care about all these characters and learn about who they were and what their motives were. Devil May Cry 5 does a great job with character dialogue and interaction. Seeing these characters talk and fight seems pretty realistic and is often really cool. Seeing the characters react to their emotions and see how they actually feel is really refreshing in video games nowadays. So overall, I guess I could recommend this game to you. Even if you typically don't like third-person games, Capcom knew what DMC5 needed to offer and they perfected it. Beautiful visuals, satisfying combat, and a decent story. If you're a fan of the Japanese style type games, and you've played Dark Souls and loved it, and you're looking for something with those cool, gritty, badass creatures, this game is for you. but just do be careful. When you do jump into it, it's not as serious as you think it's going to be. It's a little bit more corny than I expected. So if I was to give this game a grade out of 10, I'd probably go with a 6.1 out of 10, just because it's so beautiful and the combat is so smooth and satisfying. But just the corniness, the music, and honestly comparing everything to Dark Souls did it for me. So that's why this game is only a 6.1 on my scale, only because it's just not my type of game. It's not really what I expected. So if you were to take Dark Souls, Resident Evil, and Final Fantasy and mash it all into one game, you would have Devil May Cry 5. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and kind of got an idea what this game has to offer. It is still $60 in the Steam shop, so just think about these kind of things before you go in and purchasing the game. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let's see what you guys want to hear next. And I look forward to hearing from all of you. Again, happy Father's Day, and everybody have a blessed weekend. Take it easy. Have a great work week. Kick some you know what this week.